Hi there, this is Rob, and this is the 2-minute overnight overview for Thursday, August 23rd. It's been a pretty quiet week here as far as trade action goes, and Wednesday night was no exception. Let's look at yesterday's odds sheet to see why. Price action in ES suggested a moderate upside edge. Internals actually looked a little better and would have provided numbers strong enough to trade had seasonality agreed. Unfortunately, it didn't. In the end, percent profitable average reading of 56% was just above the 55 I typically require, but the profit factor of 1.19 was below the required 1.3. So this one just missed disqualifying for a possible long entry. But looking at the other futures in ETFs, none of them would have qualified for a long entry. In fact, NQ would have qualified as a short entry. All this conflict among the numbers really just means there's no substantial and compelling edge. Hence, no trade for me. So let's look and see how it played out last night. Anyone that got aggressive and decided to take a long and used the OE standard target would have been profitably filled before 10 p.m. Eastern Time. But it didn't get much past there, and news this morning caused a steady decline that resulted in ES opening down 4 points. NQ opened down 9.5 points, which would have made aggressive short traders of NQ happy. Of course, I don't play like that and had no overnight trade. Now let's look at the daily chart, and I'll show a little interesting research. After gapping down today, ES made its fourth lower low in a row and is also working on its fourth lower close in a row. I looked at other times these conditions have occurred while trading above the 200 moving average. Looking back to January 2000, these were the results. Only 11 instances, but 10 of them gapped up the next day, and the average move was quite substantial. Just as interesting is something we can see if we look at the individual trades. The one gap down happened in 2003. Since then, every instance has gapped up. We're looking at 10 in a row since 2004. This suggests a decent upside edge if ES closes negative today. Of course, I'll also want confirmation from the odds sheets before making any final decision.